All right, since I'm already in this course and stuff with him now, right, man, I
Yeah.
wanted to learn like how, you know, one, I wanted to learn the bar trap strategy. Like you told me that you knew that the levels, support and resistance, how you set your trend lines, market structure, period, man. Teach me
Yeah.
this whole thing, man. Man, go in detail with me though, so I can be able to understand what you're saying, what you're talking about.
Yeah. When it comes to market structure, for me,
Uh-huh.
market structure is a M or a W type of formation, type of structure,
Okay.
because that's where the levels come in play, and there's different types of variation. You look at this is the monthly time frame, and we starting with the monthly because the month pretty much just started. So I always like to see how last month ended and how the structure is looking. You see, we got a whole bunch of consolidation here. We got this support, that price been respecting this support right here
Uh-huh.
for a while. So it doesn't look like price is just gonna come back down. It might take some time. I think it's gonna keep going up before it comes back down. You know,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So,
So let me
I,
ask you a question. When it actually rejects price right here, man, we consider that what as a what zone?
yeah, this is a support zone. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I like to mark up every detail support zone and every detail resistance. So like that, we can get a vision. We can see exactly where price has been going to, coming back to every time, because price repeats these moves. The levels, we have three levels in a move, and three levels. That's a repeated pattern within the market structure. And when you add support and resistance to it, we know, once you know how to count levels correctly, you would already um see where the next level is going to head to, if there's some type of resistance or support um there. So from this monthly, we're going to go down to the weekly, and then
All right.
we'll see further if we have any levels built up on the lower time frames.
So let me ask you a question. The way what you're marking up right now, you just marked up two bars right there. Why did you mark those places right there? Tell me why.
Right here, this is the resistance,
Okay.
and this is support right here.
So, but the support one is right there though, where price already rejected. Like what's that?
Yeah,
3 times, right?
yeah, exactly. That's why I say I mark up every detail, support and resistance. I just like to know that price rejected this area. It
Okay.
came up here. Look, it has rejected even coming back down to this support.
Oh, okay.
So what I see is we have, this is November. This right here is December's. This is the new candle right now for this month.
Okay.
And what I see may happen is we have some resistance right here also.
Why?
What I
So
see,
how can you consider that as resistance? Why? Tell me why. 'Cause I'm trying to see what you see.
because these two candles right here,
Uh huh.
the way it closed, we have a price came up, created a high, closed right here, and then again it came up, created a high right here. You see where the wick is at?
Yeah.
Created a high, but it closed right below this again. You see these two candles?
Yeah.
That automatically becomes resistance. Now, if this
Oh,
candle
okay.
would have if this candle would have closed up here, then okay, it's not a valid resistance. But we have these two candles; they both closed the same,
Hmm.
but it closed below this bar right here, which is resistance, right? And then we got like this support right here. Price has been pushing away from this support. Look, it came all the way down. There was
Yeah.
so many people. There was so many sellers around this, and so many even more sellers. And this is what market makers, the banks, the institutions, this is what they do. They induce traders to take sales, and then they dip on them. They collected so much money right here when so many traders got into a sell. If
Uh
you ain't
huh.
get out down here and you waited and price came up, now you in a negative, and now you hoping for it to come back down, your
Hmm.
account probably got blown. You lost money.
Yeah.
And what they did, they close up here. Next
Hmm.
month, next month, and all these other months, they just respected this support and it started pushing up.
Right.
And now we're here in December, where I feel like we're gonna come up here towards this resistance, but I feel that we will break above this resistance and maybe hit this target right here before this month end. We might hit 144,
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's about 400 something pips, but it's possible because GBP JPY is a high liquidity pair. You know, it gives out a lot of pips.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so the month just started. We have the candle is not that solid, but if we this week we can definitely get a push of 100 pips. It's not much. 164 pips to this resistance. I can see that happening within this week or next week, or maybe this week alone.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that, this is like, okay, we still in the monthly, but you see this small wick right here. This is a pullback.
Yeah.
The first week ended like this with a pullback. You know, it
Okay.
just means that let's go down to the weekly. Let's see what the weekly is showing us. Okay, here we are. You can see
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
everything that's been marked up on the monthly, you see here on the weekly.
Okay.
And all we got to do is adjust it. So, you know, like I said, every time you see support and resistance, mark it up. It's very important.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I was saying about the levels, how it comes, how support and resistance plays a big part.
Uh-huh.
Um, what do you know about levels so far? What have you do you know anything about levels, or is that something you learn off Berto?
Well, nah, not really though, because man, Berto just gave me, just gave me the access to his joint, and then he just, and I just started learning like just trying to watch the videos, but it just ain't like it really ain't really doing any teaching or nothing like that. It just,
Because
uh,
the way I break down levels might be different because I know he got hundreds of videos in that in the platform.
yeah, I don't know what
Un,
you want to. I don't know what video to look at though for that shit though. That's the thing though. There's too many of them.
you know, so the way I identify levels, three pushes, three pushes,
Uh huh.
and this is the weekly. I usually count levels on the 1 hour and 30 minute, but it's okay to count them on any time frame when you're using support and resistance. Like I said, three pushes
So
will
when you say
always
three, three pushes, man, show me what you're talking about when it comes to three pushes. Because I
we
would like
got
to know.
we got one right here.
Okay.
We got a pullback,
Uh-huh.
two, another we got some consolidation, which is kind of like a pullback. Price never closed above here until this third push happened. So we got push number three right here. So three pushes. We got some resistance because price has been failing to break above this zone around here. So what happens? Price gives us a high, gives us another high. Three pushes causes for a reversal to happen. And
Okay.
if we get an extended push, which is like a fourth push, it will have to be that we have some. This would be a little bit more up. This is some resistance right here. This price always tends to come back to like these type of wicks where it left behind. All this liquidity it left behind, look how it dropped all the way right back.
Right.
It needs to come back and collect that money, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
So as you can see, and this is the weekly. This is three pushes, ran into resistance, gave us some consolidation, a fake out, and
Yeah.
then it started pushing back down,
Start to drop. Right.
you
So
know?
yeah. So when you consider levels, so what you just showed me, so it came up, pull back one, came back, pull back two, and came back, pull back three. So that's considered, what is that considered a level? Like I'm not. I'm still confused of what you're saying, what you're talking about when it comes to that.
Three levels, yeah. So when you see a pattern move like this, that's what I mean. A pattern move like this,
Uh huh.
you get a push, and it's considered a push because this right here,
Hmm.
this broke above this last down push.
Right.
So when this closed, it closed above here, as you can see, this candle, that is considered level one.
Okay.
Pullback, level two, right here, because it closed above here, above this section.
Hmm.
Consolidation, and then push number three because it closed above this area.
Oh. Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
so but as we go down the time frames, I guess we'll break it down more because I'm sure we're gonna see more pushes like that.
So when we go, so when you're on the weekly, what you do with the weekly, that you look for levels, or you look for more support and resistance?
I look for all that, but mostly support and resistance. because we need to know exactly where price may continue pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to know these things. Very important. We have some support right here.
Yeah, because it rejected twice.
Exactly.
Man, you got a good eye. Man, you got a good eye though, Steve. No
So you,
bullshit.
yeah,
And
you gotta, and I tell a lot of people that come to me, you got to pay attention to details. It's so important. Like that, that you can expect that price may continue to keep pushing.
right.
You know,
So,
so
so let me
this
ask you
is
this though. Oh man, excuse me. I don't mean to cut you off. Keep going. I don't mean to cut you off
go
because I
ahead,
got
go
a
ahead, go
lot of
ahead. No, it's
questions.
all right. Go ahead.
All right. So when you're doing the support and resistance part though, what are you doing when you do support and resistance? Tell me that. What does that indicate? What is that showing you when you're doing support and resistance?
It's letting me know more or less where have we been trending. Where can this next candle actually keep pushing to? You know, um, if you look at here, this is off the monthly, but we have to adjust it to make it look. As we go down, we have to adjust these bars.
Okay. So you don't put them on the wicks. You put them on the bar
I put them on the closing candle
on the closing
because
candle.
this is where
Okay.
the candle close.
Uh-huh.
What I do use as we go down, I use these to so I can mark up the high and the low of where price because like I said, every detail support and resistance counts. So these high and lows right here, price always comes back to those, and either you might oh yeah, right here too, because what can happen is this is last week's candle, this is how it closed,
Okay.
and from the looks of it, we may actually the following candle we may get a strong candle that may actually push above, right?
Okay.
It may push above like that. It'll
Uh-huh.
reach this high, and then the following week it may just come right back down. You know,
Okay.
yeah. So when that happens, like I always say, we gotta wait for price to break above. We need a solid candle, a
Uh-huh.
solid candle with a wick like this right here, like this candle.
Right.
But it needs to close above the highs. These highs that are left behind.
Uh-huh.
This when traders don't see that and say this candle closes like this next week, just know that the following week we may get a candle like this that may drop. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
until we don't break above this high right here, like we need a closing candle like this above here. We're not going towards this area. That which means that we may get a candle like this to follow the following week.
Uh-huh.
And all the buyers that's looking to get into buys around here because they saw this solid candle next week,
Uh-huh.
they'll continue to buy, and then all of a sudden they'll be in the drawdown because the following week does not want to close above this high from August 31st. These highs, these details matter.
Yeah.
They matter because this is actually what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is a good example right here. Look at all these highs that price created, and this candle closed right here, but it really never closed above or even reached this resistance right here to let us know that we're gonna keep going up. And
Right.
what happened here? The traders that in the following week, if they was looking for buys, this is a strong ass pullback right here.
Yeah.
A strong ass reversal. That's like, let me see how many. And this is off the weekly. This is like
Dang.
this 600 plus pips.
Yeah. Okay.
Account blown right there.
Mm. Okay.
Um,
So let me ask you this though. So on the weekly, you look for support and resistance. So you go from the monthly to weekly, support and resistance, correct?
all the way down, brother. You got to keep going. Next time frame we got to hit is the daily time frame to see how Friday closed. You know,
Okay.
every detail on the weekend is important to do these detailed type of homework like that when the week starts next week. Like I don't trade Sunday or Mondays. I let the market digest. I let it show me what I need to see before I enter a trade.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
so this is what happened last week. What I'm looking that may happen next week, I feel like I think we may see price reach this resistance right here. 120, like around 120 pips.
Mm-hmm.
It may reach that resistance. Now, is it going to break this? We don't know yet,
Right.
We don't know yet. So, like I said, the only valid true buys, like I wouldn't mind buying to this resistance because I can see that it may go there. But after that, we may get a pullback and price may just start. Remember, this is a range right here. This is consolidation, this whole thing.
Right. That's considered the zone, right?
Well, the zones are resistance and support. This right here is
Right.
a consolidation zone where the market is just ranging sideways. So yeah.
Right.
So what may happen here when we reach this resistance, like I said, the following week we may start pushing down. The week after, start pushing down until we hit this support again. The only way this will continue to be a valid buy, we need a closing candle above 142.70. It needs to be above this high around August 31st. And we need a closing candle. We cannot get a wick type of close. Like if we get a wick up here, but if the candle closes below here, it still wouldn't be considered valid because we need price to close. We need the solid candle, the engulf candle to close above this section right here.
Right.
So we get a candle up here, solid candle up here like this. Then more or less, yeah, we good to go. We could say that the next target range is going to be this resistance right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go down to the daily. Any questions you have, you already know, just throw it at me.
Okay. All right. So
Hey, oh, my bad.
Who's this, Juan?
Yeah, it's Juan.
What's up, Juan? Talk to me.
So in that middle zone, where it's bouncing up in the support and bouncing down in the resistance, is that all just pretty much consolidating?
Pretty much, yeah. But since this is the weekly, you can always find a trade on the lower time frame because it's the weekly time frame, right? It's a big stretch with right when it comes to pips and liquidity, So that's why I said this support has been respected since September 21st. So like I said, I feel like, and I can see this next week candle, even if we pull back a little bit, I feel like we're gonna reach this 141.19 area. Now the whole thing is it gonna break above and close above here? Because that's what counts to continue buying up, towards this zone right here. If not, then we may close right here, and then the following week we may start pushing down. So just knowing that information, we could look forward to looking for buys this upcoming week. We have some nice solid candles. And when we get these wicks, usually we get wick fills where the next candle is going to follow up and fill the wick. So if that makes sense, yeah.
All right. So let me ask you this, Steve. So so you're still on the daily. Okay. So
I just switched to the daily now, yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, then where do you actually start drawing your trend lines? Like a whole market structure, you go all the way down from support and resistance, like all the way down to what time point?
I go all the way down for when I look for entries. I look for entries on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute time frame.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it has to be that I see some. I have to know where, like, right now we went through the monthly, through the weekly. Now we at the daily, and so far we know that price is pushing up. Right. We're looking for buys.
Okay.
Right. We're looking for buys towards this zone right here.
How we know we're looking for buys? Because I can't really see like in the back, like in the past. To see it. I can see it now. I'm tripping. Yeah, I see it, man.
When you go through the video again, like I said, from monthly to weekly, we've been saying that the next zone is right here, 141.19, 141.23. Now, as you go down the time frame, these support and resistance bars, you adjust them to where the lower time frame is showing you. You see, I just adjusted it right now.
Right.
You know, so now we at the daily. Look at the 3 pushes right into where? Right into support.
Mm-hmm.
You got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to understand. We see 3 pushes.
There's
2 types of trends. We have a intraday trend, but these trends we the intraday and the interday trends, we identify them on the 1 hour because it happens. The intraday trend happens within 24 hours. So if we get 3 pushes, 3 levels within 24 hours,
Okay.
depending on the trend, we'll get a reversal so that price could continue trading with the trend.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and the interday trend, INTERDAY, interday trend, that will be 3 levels or 3 pushes within 3 days, within 72 hours.
Okay.
And I have a detailed video. If you guys ever consider like signing up with me, like I said, Berto does not pay me for this. This is not something that he's I guess willing to do. But I feel like this is the best way to train, to mentor somebody. You need to mentor them through video and help them see what they're not seeing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Okay. So let me ask you this though. So man, so you already broke it all the way down. So you go from monthly, weekly, daily, also so you go all the way down to the daily. All right. So yeah, I see. So the way I'm looking at this now, that's a support. That's a support. I mean, excuse me, that's a resistance. And
Resistance. Yeah,
then you got support like right there. Yeah, around 137.451 because it rejected off the price, right?
exactly.
Okay. Um, okay, good. Okay. I think I understand what you're saying now. Okay.
So remember, every detail, support, and resistance that you can spot is very important, because when we look left, we understand we got to see that price. The price goes to a certain area and it always tends to come back to that area again.
Right.
No matter what. It's a given. It's just like these pushes, these levels, they happen. It's not even you can't even call it a strategy. It's price action. It's
Right.
gonna happen no matter what. 3 pushes, it's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. So three. So within 3 pushes, then it has the chance of actually changing the trend. So you look for the 3 pushes when on the daily, or you looking for it on the weekly,
If
or
you see it on the weekly, on the daily,
uh-huh.
and it's trading within support and resistance,
Yeah.
then you already know that like I said, we're actually trending up. We've been pushing up since the monthly,
Hmm.
so we're looking for buys. We're looking for buys. Look how Friday's candle closed. It had an opportunity to close above here.
Yeah.
No. You got Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
All these candles, they just failed to close above this 140.219 area.
Right.
What it did, it gave us a high, another high, and then it gave us a high.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this coming week, like I said, we're gonna reach this zone. We're gonna break above here. We're gonna get some closing candles, and we may because that's what it's showing us. It broke above this section right here, this range right here. It gave us this strong ass push.
Yeah.
But price is not just gonna keep going up. It needs to start working on consolidating. It needs to start inducing traders to take sells. To keep them trapped within consolidation before it actually dips.
Right.
A lot of traders, because the other scenario that can happen, we may actually come back down. So we can have a whole week of consolidation,
Mm-hmm.
and because this is a high liquidity pair, GBP JPY, it's okay to trade this. It's okay because we're looking at I should do from up here. We're looking at from where price closed on Friday all the way. If it comes back to this support around 137,613, we're looking at 230 plus pips.
But how do you know it's gonna actually come right back down to that support? To that support, though.
Look, we can only know that if price, when market opens up, if Monday, Tuesday give us two candles like this type of move, then we know that price might as well just continue pushing down to this zone, because what happens during consolidation, it ranges. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was to happen, because what has been happening, price has been failing.
It hasn't broken the resistance.
Exactly. It hasn't broken the resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. This is the other scenario that can happen. So now we know we need to keep this in mind. And that's why I said we need to I don't trade Sunday, Mondays. You need to let the market digest. So at least, so we can know if we're going to get a candle like this.
Right.
If we get a candle like this Sunday, Monday, then we know that our chances of buying are have decreased. Now we should be looking for sells, because now we're trading within this wide range, and there's a possibility that we can catch 150 plus pips going down to the zone, which is great.
Yeah, it is.
So that's the other scenario. We're looking for buys, but the other scenario is sells if we get one or two solid closing candles below this resistance.
Okay. Okay. All right, good. So, all right, so you do yours all the way down towards the daily, right? For our support and resistance is concerned.
Yeah, all the way down to all the way down, all time frames. I feel like all time frames matter when it comes to support and resistance.
So what are you trying to? So you said, but you trade off the 15 and 30, right?
Huh?
You would trade off the 15 and 30, right?
15 and 30, yeah. So by that I was saying, now let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. As we going down, I'm just breaking it down as we going down.
Yeah, okay, now I see it now. Okay.
Yeah. So price trading within this wide range, pushing up, broke above.
Yeah.
It broke above, but look, it didn't break above this high right here, right?
Right.
That's the key. If it would have closed above here, I strongly believe these two candles we would have got a stronger push.
So you don't think it would be a continuation, even though it broke above that wick?
It broke above. I mean, it really didn't break above. If you look at it, it closed right on it. Really.
Okay.
If the candle would have broke at least right here, if it would have closed at least right here, then most likely even this candle wouldn't be strong enough for this candle to continue going down.
Right.
Most likely this candle would have been a bullish candle, just because this candle closed above this high right here. Look at all the time price has failed to close above here, and then it does it. Then it gives us a new high, but the candle never closed up there. It came right back down.
Yeah.
So we still haven't even closed above here. Now we have a new high we need to close above. So what happens? We have another push, two pushes, and then we have a third push. It causes to give us this type of is this like a hammer type of candle? Something like that.
Yeah.
An inverse hammer. And then the next candle to follow. So now we back into this range. The candle closed enough to put us back into the range. So when, like I said, when Sunday, Monday come, we need to let the market digest so that we can see if these next candle are going to start closing below here.
Okay.
So
once they start to actually close to there, man, how would you do that? You will do a sell limit off that?
I mean, a sell limit, you would put it up here so that when price hit it, it will activate it up here, and you're already selling off here. Now, if you're talking about a sell stop, you could set a sell stop somewhere below here.
Right.
Like that, when price goes down, it'll activate it, and it'll just keep going down to what you feel is going to happen, or to what you see is going to happen.
Okay.
So, okay, we got some. These wicks are very important right here.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I see it, but oh yeah, I see it.
You know, so these are potential targets that if we do continue pushing down, these are potential targets where price may definitely start hitting. And that's why I say you gotta mark up every detail, support and resistance. Right now, these are all support zones. Support, support, support. So I mark up the closing candle support with the yellow bar, and I mark up my high and low support or resistance with these type of lines.
Okay.
All right, so these are potential targets that if we do start selling off next week, these are the targets that we're hitting until we continue pushing down. Like I said, this is a 230 plus pip drop right here, so you should write that down in your notes. Always let the market digest Sunday, Monday, because in all reality, we don't need to be rushing into trading. You got to always remember that one trade is really what you need throughout the week. If you're looking to go hard on your investment on your lot size, you know, but sometimes there's no need to go hard on your lot size unless you only, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, 10 to 15 to 20 pips. That's all it takes. You know, that's really all it takes. And you set your stop loss not too far from, like, okay, now let's go down as we keep on explaining. So you see how it looks from here. We got a nice W type structure right here. Pull back.
So hold on. So you zoomed out a little bit though. So that's how you can tell if you actually be able to tell a W from a W to an M. That's how, if you zoom out a little bit more.
Right. And also you identify where price has been trending. As you can see, we've been on a buy here. We just been buying.
Right.
But you know, it's not just gonna just go up. We need pullbacks, we need reversals, you know.
Yeah.
But that's why when you mark up your support and resistance, you identify, if I stretches all the way down, you'll see. Yeah,
okay.
You know, you see all the support and resistance.
Yeah, now I see. Now I kind of like get the picture now.
The price always comes back to tap, tap, tap. You know, it didn't break below here because price knows if it breaks below here, it needs to come down to the zone.
Right.
You know.
Okay. All right. So since you zoomed down like that, okay. Now
let's go to the 1 hour now. Okay, we got more details on candlesticks.
Yeah.
See?
So when you at the 1 hour right now, all right. So I see, man, it bounced at price is that right there? What 140.013? So right in between there. So and the consolidated rejected price. Well, yeah, it consolidated. Well, it rejected price, and after that, it shot through the resistance. Now, it's acting like a support. So, do you enter right there still on a buy, or do you actually do you think it's actually gonna come back going down for a sale? How you do it?
Like I said, this Sunday, Monday, we're gonna wait. You know, I'll keep you guys updated in the group. You know, GJ is one of the main pairs that I trade.
Right.
And the reason why I like GJ because you can trade it throughout any session. You can trade it during New York City session because the London session is still open. You can also trade it during Asian session
because that's the Asian session.
And you could trade it during London session.
Yeah.
And you know,
that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So you actually have is to me it's kind of better than GBP USD when it comes to New York session.
Right.
Because GBP USD, depending on structure, depending on where we're going, you know, you may not get the move and the amount of pips that you will get with GJ, with GBP JPY.
Okay, that's good. That's a way to break it down. So how do you usually draw your trend lines when it comes to that? Your trend lines, how do you yeah, all right, I'm gonna ask you one question at a time though, because I don't want to lose. So how do you usually draw your trend lines coming off that?
The same way. You like I said, you could start it when the new month start. I start from the monthly and then I go down to the weekly, and these yellow bars, I adjust them as I'm going down. So I don't have to do new ones. I'll adjust it. I go down to the daily, I adjust it a little bit to where the support is actually at. Like over here, we're in the 1 hour, and all right, because this is where the candles have been closing.
Yeah.
You see, as you can see. So I just adjusted it just a little bit.
Okay.
And as you can see, we had a whole bunch of consolidation here. We had three pushes into the resistance. We get some consolidation or reversal. We get some consolidation here. And then we get two strong pushes out of this zone. Right? But price is not ready to just keep going up.
Right.
It's not ready. It closed up here. Nice. It closed up here, gave us a new high. This candle probably induced a lot of traders. When this candle opened, it started pushing up here, right? A lot of people got into trades up here, and all of a sudden we start pushing down. So now the hope is gone now, because now the buyers are hoping for the candles to start pushing up. They see this candle, okay, now we're going to, no, it's not going to start pushing up. We're still going down, right back into the range, and that's what happened here.
Okay.
And now, as this new week starts, we let the market digest, let the market Sunday, Monday see what's going to happen with these candles as they develop. Are we going to tap this resistance again to come back down a little harder into this zone, into this next support zone? That's something that may happen. Or are we going to break above little by little until we close above here? Remember, this right here, this is what we saw on the weekly. This is what we said. We need to close above here to confirm further buys.
Right.
All
right. So let me ask you a question though. So since we're looking at this now, your next year, so you'll take profit. Say like this is actually going on it's actually coming down for a short. It's actually, I think it's very form a head and shoulders. If this is coming down, it will come down to what? 139.455, correct?
That would be the next zone for price to hit. Yeah.
Okay. So you can be trading from zone to zone, basically.
Yes, that's why I mark up every zone to zone support and resistance from where the candle closed and from where the low and the high was established.
Okay.
So it's good to mark up all these detailed support and resistance so you could get a visual of, okay, price broke up, came back into the range, can only mean that we may continue pushing down, and we'll still be, if price comes down into back and drops 230 plus pips, we'll still be pushing, we'll still be in a buying outlook. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how though? If it's actually coming down though, and it's already closed within the last high, so that means it's gonna actually come back down to a sell then, right? Down to a downtrend, correct?
Because I'm looking at it from a long-term perspective. When we looked at it from monthly and weekly, price has been pushing up, came back, failed to close below here, so it had to come up, create this W, came back, did the same thing, and it could just come back. It doesn't. We need closing candles below here to confirm further sells.
So,
okay.
But this would be a nice catch though, off from where we saw it in the weekly. That is because it's GJ and it gives a lot of pips. This is 230 plus pip drop, so it's okay for us to sell this if when we see the opportunity come Tuesday, Wednesday. Because like I said, we got to let the market digest come Sunday. Juan, go ahead, Juan.
Oh, you kind of cut off right there for a little bit. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, hold on.
I get what you're saying though, Steve. I get what you're saying though. So let me ask you this though: how do you trade off the M's and W's though? Because I hear that a lot, like M's and W. Is that just like support? Show me more. I don't understand that part.
M's and W's.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, you got to give me like a better, like, I want to understand it better. Okay.
Got you. Where is it at? Okay, we right here.
Do
You
you
know,
have to draw it out? Like how can you spot it?
we have. I'm telling you, it all comes. It all falls under support and resistance because price need to tap support. It needs to form, and it forms it in different variations as we have levels building and
Uh-huh.
consolidation and price breaking below these levels. I mean, these consolidation, these fake
Yeah.
outs. These are things that we need to learn how to read as we doing
Okay.
our homework in the chart. As we marking up our chart, these are things that you'll see. This is a,
Mm-hmm.
a wide multi-session type of W. You know,
Yeah, where you just drew that support at, I see the W right here on the right hand side.
right?
And after that it
So
shot up, yeah, it shot up and went to a long. And then after that I see another one that actually show form the W right there as well. So all those right there is just basically when it forms a W, that means just basically support right there. That's what you're looking at.
exactly. So we have to. When I first started, my mentor they wasn't too much on support and resistance. Their thing was just counting levels, identifying consolidation, identifying the breakout. But then
Uh,
as as I got more into it, I'm like, and I started reading about and watching videos on support and resistance, it became so important to me. And when I started implementing it and drawing, when I started doing, because I do homework every day, I
uh,
started putting it in my chart. I'm like, so you have to add support and resistance to your chart,
yeah.
so that you can identify if price is going to come back and tap that zone, depending on the trend.
Uh-huh.
If it's going to come back to tap that zone, if it's going to bounce off that zone, if it's going to break below that zone to keep selling. Support and resistance is everything.
Okay. So just off the M's and W's, just how you backed out, just like that. You can do that for support and resistance. You can do that from the monthly, weekly, daily. You can do it that way.
Yeah, monthly, weekly, daily. You might see a M. It's good to get if you can catch an M like this on a higher time frame.
Hmm.
That's a plus because now you know that okay, price tap a few times. Now you know that price is respecting the zone, and when you catch it on the weekly, you know that you in for a nice long buy. When you're looking for that buy on the lower time frame, you know that because of the higher time frame, the structure, you know that W is valid. It gave you that first leg. It gave you if you that's what I'm saying. If you get something like this on a weekly, if this was the weekly,
Yeah.
look how many times price respected this minor support right here.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
broke above
Yeah.
this right here, and then it kept going up after that.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're
And
saying
then
now.
you have a slight W right here to continue that momentum, that outlook.
So let me ask you this though: when it's on the uptrend going for long, you always look for a fire support. You always look for the W's, but when it's actually going for a short resistance, though, you always look for the M's. Is that how I go?
If I spot it, I mark it up. It's because it's definitely gonna help me identify um what I've been my homework that I did on the off the monthly and off the weekly.
Okay.
It's gonna give me more confidence to get into the buy.
Okay. All right, good. So let me ask you this: after you drew up all of your support and resistance, right? Do you actually go and do like doing your trends and set your trend lines, or no?
After I look at, I'm sorry, repeat that.
All right. So say like if you actually done all your support and resistance, you do all your support and resistance down for the monthly, weekly, daily, after maybe the 4 hour. Then right after that, man, you look for your trends. How do you look for your overall trends? You look for the trend in the daily. You look for it in how do you look for your overall trend
I look for it, like I said, on the weekly.
on a weekly?
Yeah, on the weekly. Yeah.
Okay.
On the weekly, on the daily. That's why I look at the weekly to see how the week ended, to see how the previous week ended. And not only that, I want to see the structure. I want to see if we have a nice M or a nice W. Because when we have a W, we know that we're buying. If we have
Uh
an
huh.
M, we know that we're looking to sell. So when we have a wide type of M or W off the weekly, we already know which way we're kind of trending. We just have to find that entry point on the lower time frame as we continue to mark up our support and resistance.
Right. Okay.
Juan, wasn't you trying to ask me something, Juan?
Oh no, I was it was referring to something they said earlier about the W as it's coming up in that consolidation zone and it's hitting that resistance. Isn't it possible that it's going to keep making higher highs, thus going more of an uptrend?
Where this right here?
Yeah, like
You,
like if you zoom in right there, you can see how it starts making higher highs and then higher
oh,
lows.
okay, yeah,
That
yeah.
that means that it's making going for the uptrend, right?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And
Okay.
that's why we mark up our, like I said, our support and resistance. When you get a pullback like this and you see this consolidation happening, we have a
Mm-hmm.
we have a minor support. We have some resistance right here. Now, what we have to wait for? We have to wait for the breakout.
Right, the confirmation for you.
Yeah, so we have this. Now we're waiting for a breakout above. This is clean. This is what I'm saying. Look, this candle closed above this high right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Enough confirmation to let us know we have a clean support and resistance, a clean W structure. We have to wait for the breakout. We got the candle right here. Enough to say I'm getting in on that trade. I'm getting in on the next candle. Like once this candle close, or if I have a buy stop, I would set a buy stop somewhere around here or something. Or I would
Okay.
just get in. I would just execute the trade because everything is aligning with the homework that I'm doing to follow with the
Mm-hmm.
uptrend,
Okay.
And
All
this
right.
is what I was going to say when it comes to entries. You identify a trend off the higher time frame, you continue to implement your support and resistance, and you wait for that breakout to continue trading with the trend. And this is a perfect example right here.
Okay.
You know,
Let me ask you a question. When I heard they was talking about a part when it's called the leg. What's the leg? I don't want to know what that is.
48 pips. What's the what?
Leg. What's the leg?
Oh, the leg, the leg. It would be
Yeah.
like the first and second leg. Like this would be the first
So.
and second leg of the W. This would be like the first leg,
Uh-huh.
something like this. And this, where is it? This would be like the second leg right here.
Oh, okay. So maybe you take it from as high to as low. So you go from a higher high.
Yeah.
No, that's a lower high. Lower high to a lower low. Lower high, lower low. Then it actually turns into
Second
um.
leg pullback, consolidation breakout.
Uh-huh.
And this, if you would have caught it off this candle right here, that's almost 50 pips. That's 48 pips right there. That's beautiful.
But
Mm-hmm.
how would you be able to catch that though? That's my thing.
I just said it. Like I said, we identify our structure. W support has been respected.
Yeah.
Down here, it has been respected here multiple times.
Okay.
Strong breakout, pullback. When you identify all of this and you get this pullback, and then you see price starts ranging back and forth.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if from the monthly, weekly, daily, we already said that we're looking for buys, and you see this happening. This is a minor support and resistance. We have to wait for the breakout to happen because we already know that we're looking for buys.
Right.
So if this was earlier on, say this was next week happening, and
Uh-huh.
this happens like on a Tuesday or something,
Okay.
price broke out. It broke above the high. Like I said earlier, we have to wait for it to break above the highs
Uh-huh.
to confirm. That's the confirmation right there. Because like I said, we're looking for buys. This is your confirmation to say, okay, I'm going to get into the buy because everything that I've been marking up as my homework from the monthly to the 1 hour now is my opportunity to get into this buy. And this could be your trade for the week, depending on your investment,
Right.
because you have identified all your support and resistance, or your you have counted some levels on certain time frames. But the key is you identify the structure, which is your W structure to buy, because that's what we've been seeing from monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. Now we at the 1 hour. And we wait for something like this to happen to continue. This is a strong push right here.
Yeah.
And remember, after we get a strong push, we always get some type of pullback. But it doesn't mean that if this W wasn't to get respected, then this would not exist. We will actually be down here again. Price will come back down. It'll break below this to come back down to not give us the opportunity to buy, because the real move was actually to come down, break below this support, because the real move is to continue selling off of this. So instead of this happening, it would have just broke below here, and by now we would not be at where we at now.
Right.
You know, we will be maybe at a lower price than where we at now. We're at 140. We would be maybe at a lower price. We will be trying to catch up to 140, but we will still be low, because coming all the way down here towards 129, that's a big drop. Then to try to make it to 140, that's, you know, that's kind of a long stretch.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Cool. All right. So let me understand this though. Like I now understand. I kind of understand that though, but I got some more practice when I got to do with this. All right.
I mean, what you need is you need some more Zoom sessions. You know, the more Zoom sessions that you get, you know, the more comfortable and confident you feel, because you'll start seeing this. You will start seeing this, and you'll hit me up like, "Yo, bro, I just spotted this, and I'm about to take," and I could confirm it with you. Like, okay, oh, good job. You know, that's what I do with most of my students. I teach them this, and we'll go through it throughout the week. Maybe through Asian session or something. I like doing sessions through Asian sessions. Just to get the homework ready. In case Tuesday, Wednesday, something like this happens. Because this is what I look for right here. Breakout, I get in. I don't be trying to look for 100. I don't even be trying to look for 50 pips. Like when I first started, 50 pips was a thing for me, 60, 70 pips, but that's not even, it can be a real thing, and you can get it with GJ, you can definitely get it. But just for me looking for 10, 15 to 20 pips, I enter multiple trades. I take my 10 to 20 pips, and I always let a runner run.
Yeah.
You know, I make sure I have my stop loss in profit, and if it comes back and hit my stop loss, so be it. You know?
Okay. Let me ask you this though. Explain to me the bar trap that I was hearing. I've been trying to learn it through video, but it's hard to actually learn it through video instead of like.
All right, now when it comes to the bar trap, this is the way I see it. Look how we have this. This is the bar trap right here. These are bars. These are candlesticks that are trapped. These wicks are giving us indication that we may be dropping. And I say that because I see 3 levels. Do you see 3 levels here? Going up. 1,
I see
2, 3. Right?
Okay.
So we got 3 levels there. What happened? We get some consolidation. Price is avoiding to close above here. So we get a whole bunch of candles that are trapped, a whole bunch of bars that are trapped, giving us indication that a reversal is coming. And Berto, he's a scalper, so this is money for him and for everybody who understands it.
Okay.
This is a solid candle, a solid drop right here. Nice 35 pips. 35 to 40 pips right there, 44 pips.
Right.
That's beautiful.
So let me ask you a question. Every level, so 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3. Check for bar trap, see if there's consolidation. Then after that, you maybe get on the next trend. That's how that works.
I mean, not on the next trend, because if we're trending up, this is basically a reversal.
Right.
It's basically a pullback. As you can see, it's a pullback from here to here. It's a pullback.
Right.
Because what we get, we get a continuation to go up.
Yeah.
You know,
to the same spot, to the same resistance.
To the same resistance, exactly. You know. But all of this is trading under support. This is all consolidation right here. This is ranging.
Right. So let me ask you this though. What about the indicators? Do you put on any indicators, the SMA, EMA, to actually be able to show, this to give you some alert or indication?
I don't EMAs. I do not use them. I don't see the point. A lot of people do use them. It's not that I don't see the point. The EMAs actually work as a form of support and resistance. I just the less noise I have in my chart, the better for me. The clearer I can read the candles, I can read the breakout. I can make sure I identify these highs and without the EMA being in the way.
Right.
That's just me. A lot of people use um the 50, the 100. I have it on my phone, but I really like when I do my homework here, if I enter a trade on my phone, I do it based off the homework I'm doing here, not because the EMAs or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So to me that's not really important. I feel like if you can understand basic support and resistance and you can identify every detail support and resistance, I think it's much more simpler than having EMAs, having some type of MACD or whatever other traders use or whatever.
Right.
We got to make it as simple as possible.
Yeah, make it as simple as possible. Correct.
Yeah,
So,
man, because it's not worth waiting for the price to come down and hit the 200 EMA, and it's just some traders are taking that will kill them because it never gets to that spot and they just waiting and waiting, they just missing out on trades.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So let me ask you this though. All right. So show me another one that actually considered a bar chart. Do two more for me so I can maybe see and understand what you're saying. So I see this first one that you got. Do two more for me so I can actually tell what you're doing.
Okay, bar chart, we got 3 pushes here, so this is one. This is another good example of a bar trap, really. It's really anything that where candles are trapped like this, all tight,
Yeah. And
and if
consolidation.
yeah, and it really happens within support and resistance. Really, price fails to break below, close below here to keep going down.
Yeah.
We already have W type structure, confirming, letting us know that we should be looking for buys. So when this bar trap happens and we get a breakout,
Uh,
like we discussed a few minutes, instead of catching one candle, you catch a few candles.
So let me ask you this though: if you see this right here is going long within that bar trap right there, though, how would you be able to time it and see if it would actually be? How would you be able to time that? Like, it could be a buy limit instead of a buy stop. Because once you got you catch it from a low right there and just actually let it go in continuation, how would you be able to catch that?
Well, from here,
Yeah, from there, how would you be able to time that? Would you have to go down to the lower time frame and see? Like, I know we on the hour, but would you have to go like on the 15 to see if it actually just consolidate like that and see how many times it's gonna hit more
yeah,
than one?
because this is happening. Let's go down to the 30. Where we at? Where are we at?
And
Okay, we right. Yeah, we are
we're
right here.
right there. Okay.
Okay, this is the 30-minute time frame right here. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. It's just the candles develop differently. It's a 30-minute time frame.
Right. Okay.
So you would catch after this candle because it closed above these highs. You
Mm.
would get in on. You would get in after this candle, which you would catch this move right here.
But see, I want to see though. I want to how would you be able to perfect of getting it on that low to make it a buy limit? You understand what I mean?
No, to make it a buy stop, you mean?
No, buy limit. So say like if you caught it at that low at the bottom of that way, right there. Yeah,
Oh, okay. If you
yeah,
wanna,
yeah. See, it already hit once, then it hit twice again. I'm trying to see if I can hit it on the second try, then it actually explode and go all the way up for a long. I know it take a lot of skill to do that, but how can you perfect that?
I mean, not it's not that it take a lot of skill. I think once you identify all of this, right?
Okay.
We already set price respect to this. Gave us 3 pushes up here on the 30-minute time frame, as we see.
Uh
It
huh.
gave us a pullback. And as you can see, the lower time frame, the lower you go, you get to see these pushes. right? You got one strong push off this candle, two, these two candles, and then three right into this support. I would
Yeah.
say that would be on you really. If when you identify all of this and you get to see this consolidation happening, and you're like, okay, yeah, we are looking for buys. I mean, I am looking for buys. Um, I'm gonna wait and see how much more price is gonna respect this support.
Right.
Because you can get in after this candle. You know, you will still be in the range, but
Mm-hmm.
you seeing that it's gonna break above all of this. You, since you want to get in early, that's what you're trying to say. You
Yeah.
would get in probably around this candle. And since price is respecting this this structure right here, you will be in profit from this candle on all the way up here. And
Right.
once you in profit, you could put your stop loss in profit around here because you've been in profit since down here.
But you won't put your, well, you won't put your stop loss. Where would you put your stop loss again at? Right there where the blue is?
Look, if you enter from right here, you'll be in profit already 49
Yep.
pips,
Yeah, let that thing keep going.
right? So if
Yeah.
you put your stop loss at 49 pips, you securing 49 pips off the back.
Off the break.
You
Yeah.
know, you're securing 49 pips. And what happens? It keeps going up.
Huh.
You're probably up 100 pips by then. Let's see.
Probably 100,
Let's
maybe.
see. From here
Maybe
to
like
here,
150. Yeah, about 100.
you know.
Okay.
And then what happens? Price never comes back. It attempts to come down here, but it doesn't, and it keeps going up.
See, but the only way that you can actually be able to tell that though is just on a higher time frame by looking at the trend. Is that the way you can tell that?
I mean, once you in a trade, and because you enter on the 30-minute time frame, because you waited for this minor and resistance, because you waited for this minor support and resistance, you waited for price to break, you know, because you already identified the trend on the higher time frame. You don't have to go back.
Right.
You already know that that's what you've been looking for throughout the week, and your chance came up and you got into your trade and you've been in profit. Now it's up to you to say, okay, I'm up 100 pips right here. Should I take that? That's more than enough. I don't think you should be looking for more. You know, 100 pips is good. 100 pips you get out and you wait for the market to continue digesting to see if price is going to respect your support and resistance wherever else you're going to mark it up at, right?
Yeah.
And if it does, then you look for another entry. Can be around here because this is some support around here also, because price has been trending up and has been avoiding to close below this section, this area.
Okay.
So you already know when price is avoiding to close below a certain area, that's because it's going to continue going as your homework indicated, right?
Right.
So you're looking to get into another buy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Yeah. So
basically,
this video, I'm gonna this recording, I'm gonna put it in the group.
Okay.
And like I said, you know, I don't mind doing this, but Berto does not pay me for this, and this does take time out of
Okay.
me to do it for you guys.
Okay.
You know,
Man,
you
deep,
got
man, listen, homie, man, deep man greatly appreciated though, Steve. You know what I mean? The side here actually could. They did help, man. Just man, it helped a lot. Put it like
no,
that.
definitely, and you guys should put that in the chat. You know that we had a good session, you know, and things were breaking down. You kind of understand how to go about how to look at the chart, how to mark it up a little bit, and you know, like I said, you guys want to continue this, just hit me up, let me know, and I'll be fair with you guys. You guys don't have to. I know you guys pay a monthly fee
Yeah.
with Berto. Some pay different prices. But I'm here for this. I don't mind doing Zoom sessions, you know, because I like to break things down. I just can't post a chart. And, you know, when I do share a chart, I try to be as detailed as I can. But
Yeah.
this is the way to be detailed. This is how you take a student and you break it down to them as many times as you need to, because they're paying you that fee. It's not just about sharing a chart. Get in here, get in there.
Right.
You know, you don't, because sometimes I know a lot of people, they be lost, like, huh? So what next? Like, where's the breakdown? I need the breakdown. We all need the breakdown.
Right.
you know?
Okay. Yeah, man. This right here, this actually helped me and a whole man tremendously though, man. Man, you don't know how much it's actually helped me though. You know,
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate it. I'm thankful that you actually took the time and, you know, and you asked the questions that you needed to ask. And I know there's more questions, so, you know, further on, if we continue, then we continue.
Yeah, no question. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. So, I say like if you got a trend, like as far as like the bar trap is concerned, like and that's just one thing I've been actually trying to learn to catch my eye on. So, say like if you got, say like if you got a trend that's actually going, that's going up and just started. So it went to consolidation, probably like we'll say probably like on a 5 minute or 15 minutes, we'll say. And jump back around a little bit. I was actually trying to get in on that low if it was actually going on an uptrend. How would I be able to? You probably answered this question for me already. How would I be able to actually get into that low again? Well, after it consolidated, it bounced, it hit once, then it hit twice. How would I be able to actually get into that? And how would I be able to tell if the trend, if it's a good trend of where it's going up, or it's going down for a short? How would I be able to tell that? You understand what I'm asking?
Yeah, I'm trying to identify like a small trend because these are small trends. Within a long-term trend, you also get these short-term trends, you know?
Yeah,
You know, and I think that's what you're asking. How can you get in a short-term type of trend to at least trade it?
right.
Um, let's see, we got some one, two, three.
Yeah.
We got bar
Oh,
trap right here.
yeah.
One,
Okay.
two,
That's
three.
what I'm talking about. Yeah. So,
hmm
all right, show me that again. So, 1, 2, 3. All right, bar trap there. Okay.
Like I
All right.
said, just make when you during your within your support and resistance, you're gonna see these three moves that cause consolidation, bar trap to happen, and then we'll get the reversal back up to continue trading within the trend. You know,
Oh,
all of this is
oh,
consolidation, but it's tradable in the sense that we are looking for buys. You know, um,
yeah.
now if it's a tight, you don't ever want to trade anything you don't ever want to be trapped and trade into something that's like this. You're just gonna be there for hours. It makes no sense. If you ever find yourself it's been 2 3 hours,
Uh-huh.
get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, do
'Cause
not
it,
stay in trades like this. It makes no sense.
yeah, it'll go either way, basically.
You know, but
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Bar trap, boom. 1, 2, 3.
but yeah, just watch this video. Watch this video over.
Okay.
Um, Juan, what about you? Did you find any value in this video?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. It clarified a couple things that I wasn't too sure about that I had experienced in while I was paper trading.
Okay.
So yeah, no, for sure, the Zoom videos are coming in handy.
Yeah, man. And soon I might be doing something where we can go, you know, we can go live, like, and you know, when the
Man,
market is open and do homework together and stuff like that. You know, just let me know so I can know if I should build something bigger. And
let's do that, man. Listen, if you
you know,
can,
Yeah,
I'm a lot, man. I would like that, man, a lot, man. We all be able to trade together, and we can follow, man. We can follow your lead, man.
no,
For
yeah,
sure.
and I'll make it affordable enough because, you know, you guys are gonna be learning, and at the same time, when it gets to the point that you start earning, you're gonna be earning way more than whatever fee you paying.
Right.
You
right.
know, I'm not here to charge you $2 3,000. That's come on, that's too much. You know,
Mhm.
but it'll be a reasonable price. You'll be like, okay, I don't mind paying that because I'm learning enough that I know within a certain time I'll be able to that's gonna feel like nothing to me, you know.
Right.
hmm
Uh-huh.
You know, so but regardless, we'll you know, I created a group in Telegram, so we'll stay in touch there. Um and then you guys let me know if you want to continue. I don't mind doing this. We could grow something together. You know, you guys pay a certain fee, and but it's not going to be something that you know it's going to be something that you can afford, and it'll be reasonable. I'm not trying to take too much money out of people's pocket. I know times is hard.
Man, listen, let's do it this way, man. I think this would be the easiest way, and man, we all, everybody will be able to benefit, man, as much as we can. All we do is just follow your lead. That's it.
Let's do it, guys. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna after the video downloads. I'm gonna share it to the group, and so you guys can watch it over if you want to.
Yeah, most definitely.
All
Hell
right,
yeah.
you guys. I
right.
appreciate you, and have a great rest of your weekend. All right.
All right, you too, man. You
Yeah.
do the same.
All right. Cool.
All right.